It's the most wonderful time of the year. Bela, take it away.
I bid you welcome.
Can you tell I'm excited? I'm a bit excited. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Cam, and welcome to the start of Scarymania 3. I have a lot of new subscribers to the channel. First of all, welcome. Second of all, Scarymania is a big deal for me. Every October since 2020, I have reviewed 31 horror movies in 31 days as an homage to series like Cinemassacre's Monster Madness. It has been a great undertaking, but I've managed to do it twice and soon to be thrice. This year, I want to do all sequels to stuff that I have already reviewed, and that is what this series is going to contain. And this is going to be the biggest Scarymania that I've ever done, because I've got collaborators, some of whom you've seen, some of whom you've never seen on the channel before. It's going to be a very exciting month. I'm so looking forward to just reviewing all of these movies for your pleasure. So without any further ado, let's begin. First up, one of the greatest horror sequels of all time, The Bride of Frankenstein, was directed by James Whale, and it's argued that it's become more iconic than the first Frankenstein. I would argue that there's more iconic moments and iconic pieces of Frankenstein lore that are in The Bride of Frankenstein versus the original Frankenstein. The first Frankenstein was a huge box office success, and so a sequel was in order. However, James Whale refused to do it because he felt that the idea had been squeezed dry and there was no story left to tell. But he struck a deal with Carl Laemmle Jr., the big producer of all these Universal monster movies, to have Universal produce Whale's next movie, One More River, if he did Bride. And so he was there. Many of the players that had been in the first Frankenstein would make their return, including Colin Clive as Dr. Frankenstein and Boris Karloff as the monster. However, there were some new players introduced, including Dr. Pretorius, played by Ernest Thesiger, and of course, the Bride of Frankenstein, played by Elsa Lancaster. Lancaster actually plays two roles as Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley in a scene at the beginning, and the Bride. The Bride isn't really in the movie all that much, but her look became instantly recognizable to the point where it was even referenced as late as 2012. See Frankenweenie if you want proof. This movie also contains one of my favorite scenes in any Frankenstein movie. It's the blind monk scenes, where the Frankenstein's monster has been attacked and is running around the forest with no real purpose, and comes across the blind monk. And the monk, because he's blind, doesn't recognize that it's Frankenstein's monster, but treats him like an equal anyway. Teaches him how to speak, how to eat, how to drink, and even how to smoke. Because, well, when you're breathing through someone else's lungs, I guess that's called credit. It's heartbreaking that the blind monk gets killed because, well, some hunters find the two and they're thinking they're doing the right thing. I love this monk. I love his enthusiasm, despite the fact that he's blind. He treats this Frankenstein's monster just like a complete gentleman. And at the end of the day, this is definitely in the conversation for one of the best horror sequels of all time. It accomplishes so much in furthering what we already know, while also introducing new players such as Pretorius and the Bride. It accomplishes all of this in just an hour and 15 minutes long. I had to check the runtime just to make sure I was seeing it right, and when I saw how short this movie was, I was shocked and also pleased, because movies today are nearly as efficient at twice the length. So props to James Whale for making a very efficient sequel, but also one of the best of all time.